Hey everyone, my name is James and welcome back to Chippy Gaming. So today is finally the day. Terraria 1.4 Journey's End is now available on both the PlayStation and the Xbox as a free update. So as you all know, I play the PC version, but I did want to hop onto the console version to answer some very simple questions that I've been getting a lot recently. First off, I did notice that they've not changed the logo for the game, and this isn't an enhanced PlayStation 5 version of Terraria. We never had any kind of confirmation about that, but we know now that it's the PS4 version that's actually running. This little intro screen is the same, but I will say it boots up a lot quicker than it used to, and I imagine this is due to the enhanced speeds of the SSD with the PlayStation 5. But I was really hoping for a PS5 version. I really wanted to see them actually add in 4K support because we know that the UI sliders are there. But this is just what it is. It's version 1.4.0.5, build 753. One thing I will say is I am so happy that Console Edition now has keyboard and mouse support. The only thing is, I don't have a spare keyboard and mouse, so I'm still playing with a controller. But my first big question is, can you actually play cross-platform with this version of the game? Because we know that Mobile Edition will allow cross-platform if you're rocking a Terraria 1.4.0.5 server. Will they allow you to do that on the PlayStation? I really want to know. So what we're looking for here is the option to enter an IP address, which would mean you'd be able to connect to a server, and then it wouldn't really matter what platform you were playing on, so long as the server software matches the version you have. Since there is no option to enter an IP address, cross-compatibility has not been added just yet, which is a real shame, but they did say it is something that they're hoping to implement in the future. I just really believed that this would be the version to do so. You can see here that they've added a little area to bind all the settings for a keyboard. That's really cool. That's really awesome. Like, I think that part is great. So let's take a little look at how quickly it can generate a world now. I'm pretty curious about this, because like I say, this isn't an enhanced PS5 edition, but we do know that, you know, just based on other PS4 games, a lot of them do load faster on the PlayStation 5, just because, you know, it's better hardware that it's working off of. But it'll be interesting to see if that's actually the case. I've made quite a few worlds on the PS4 edition, and I'll say that that game is quite slow. It's slow for me because I'm so used to the PC edition. So this will be interesting. I'd say about now, it's pretty much on par with PC. Like, unless it starts to lag behind in a minute, it all looks and feels the same. I do want to see what they did with the minimap. I want to see if they went for the mobile style, or they went for a traditional PC style minimap where it's the squared off edges. Because mobile uses a rectangle, doesn't it? Like a smaller rectangle. The Firm County of Houses. All right. There you go. Wow. It looks a lot like PC Edition. It looks a lot like PC Edition. I wonder, does it have any vibrations? Nah, okay. Could you imagine? HD rumble, all right? I wanna feel an adaptive trigger when I stomp on the Moon Lord. Yeah, you know what? It feels like Terraria. Feels like Terraria, and I think that is, I mean, that's all you can ask for, really. How does inventory work? So it's been slightly altered. This looks quite cool. So you got settings, emotes, and quick access to the bestiary. It all looks pretty much the same. It is slightly different than mobile, which makes sense because you're not using touchscreen controls. That's what that game is designed for. But I did think it would almost be a mirror, but apparently not. Obviously, this has been in development for a lot longer, and they've clearly had to make some tweaks to make it run on a console. That's why it's taken so long. But yeah, this is cool. I wonder, is there like quick access to... yeah, there is. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's nice. Got some slightly different sprites, actually. Like these sprites on the right for tools, sorting, and quick stack are different to make them a little bit larger. Oh, that's weird, that. The hammer in the bottom left as well is different. And it is laid out a little bit different. So I'm curious to see what people actually make of that. You know, the console UI's had a redesign a couple of times now. You know, when it launched, it was this grid-based thing that was a lot like mobile games at the time. And then We got the 1.3 version where it was kind of like a mirror copy of PC. And then now we have, you know, kind of a hybrid, kind of an in-between. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Ah, so they have two options for the minimap, small or large. So let's see the small version. Ah, yeah, that's like mobile. That's, I imagine, good if you want to maybe increase the performance. So this is pretty interesting. Up to jump has moved over from the mobile version. And it seems like it's more catered towards the mobile version, with that being like swipe, for example. So you could do that. It's nice. I like it. I'm a big fan of pushing up to jump, to be honest. I got kind of used to it. More on the mobile side, so I don't know if I would use it for console, but it is there. So I can't find it, but I would have loved to have an option to display the FPS the game is running at. Because to me, and it might just be because it's running through a recording software, it doesn't look as smooth as I would have hoped for. And I think that really does come down to the fact that this is still catered towards the PS4 version rather than being upgraded for next gen. But ultimately, you know, that makes a lot of sense. Next gen consoles are still very fresh. A lot of people still don't have their hands on them. But, you know, for someone like me that I don't actually have my PS4 set up anymore, you know, it would have been nice to see a small tweak in that regard. But, you know, it's running, it's working. And honestly, like, after all this wait, what more could you ask for? You can see that they've still got fancy water effects. So as you can see, as I ripple around, it looks good. And the lighting looks good as well. So it's not been, you know, they've not had to compromise in that sense. I don't know why I've got into today's video kind of acting like a Digital Foundry. But these things really interest me. Obviously, I play a lot of Terraria, so I'm always curious at how this stuff is all set up and stuff. I wonder if this is a secret house. Possibly. Let me see. Oh, I was hoping for a Finch staff. That would have been sick. That would have been so good. It's a nice looking house, though, to be honest. Man, I love 1.4. I'm legitimately so jealous of everyone that gets to experience it for the first time. They kept the tutorial. No way. Ah, look at this. I thought they would have got rid of this. You start off with Andrew the guide. This is cool. So I wonder how the tutorial world even works. I'm not seeing any prompts about it. Andrew, hello. Hello, I'm Andrew, your guide. To get started, the most important thing you need is shelter. Okay, thanks. Tell you what, if you need a guide to get started with Terraria, I actually have one. I released one a couple of days ago. That should get you on the right path. So I will say, after a couple of minutes, I pretty much have the answer to all of my questions. Super excited that this is now on console. I can't wait for everybody to enjoy it. Try out the keyboard and mouse if you have one spare, because it's such a better Terraria experience. I'll say I'm really happy with the new UI. I think it's a good stepping point, you know. It's a little bit better than the last console UI. I think people are going to really like that. I am a little bit upset that crossplay is not in this version since it was in mobile. But hey, what can you do? And I would love to see a PS5 patch in the future. But for now, it's running, it's smooth. It's everything you could want, really. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and enjoy 1.4. See you in the next one. Peace.